Now I want to share with you for a minute how you can bring this all home and get people calling you that are looking to buy the product that you offer at your dealership. Now, lot traffic, the one thing I train is that lot traffic should be icing on the cake. Lot traffic is what has resulted in the lazy 18-minute car salesman. They're not even automotive sales professionals because they just blow through people until they get what I call a laydown. That's that person that whether you sucked at what you do or not, you got the vehicle they want for the price that they want, they're going to get it. Simple as that. It's not that you did good, even though the salesperson think they did. It had nothing to do with them. It was all about you had what they wanted. They were going to get it regardless. Okay. So making sure that lot traffic, yeah, you're going to have to step out there, but you want to make sure that you've created an automated process, a system, so to speak, to where you make it easy for people in your city that are looking for what you do to know how to find you. Think about this. Have you ever forgot to call back a loved one, whether it be a parent, a spouse, a child, a close friend? Of course we have, and we love these people. And so the arrogance of certain salespeople at dealerships, well, they'll approach a person on the lot, say, "Can I help you?" The person will say no. And then the salesperson say, "Okay, well, whenever you're ready, just come on back up here and ask for Brian." As if that person is going to remember their name 5 minutes after they left. That is the arrogance and the ignorance. And ignorance only meaning lacking knowledge of most salespeople. They think so highly of themselves that they really believe that in the routines of everyday life, this person's going to remember them. Guess what? They're not. They're not at all. So you have to make it easy for people to find you. You can have the best product or service in the world, but if people don't know where you are, they'll never, get to you. So how do we do this? Social media has really tore down the traditional ways of doing our business. And this is why a lot of the old dogs in the business, and I'm talking about the guys that just cannot get out of the 80s and keep bringing up the old stories, and they refuse to adapt to social media. That's why they fall by the wayside. That's just why they end up being moved into the service departments. Start watching. When you see that guy that been at the dealership a long time, go from the sales floor to service, you know what that means? And this is with all due respect, they couldn't cut it anymore. And they just had been there so long that the dealership just didn't have the heart to fire them. So they put them over in service. But what's even worse is when I meet millennials and people that are around, 30 and 25 that aren't using social media to drive business. Now, every chance they get, they're on there posting the pictures, showing sandwiches, Snapchatting with people, but yet don't think about sharing this, taking the same time to use those resources and monetizing them. So let's talk about how we monetize those. Facebook. Facebook is the #1 social media site on the internet right now. I think over 3 billion people are on Facebook every day. And 3 billion is an outrageous number, but your people in your city, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of people in certain cities that are on Facebook. And I wouldn't care if you're at a Mercedes, BMW, Ford, Toyota, it doesn't matter. There are people in your area that are looking for a way to buy a vehicle that you offer right now. And you know what they're typing in on Google? Where to buy a blank. Where to buy a good blank in a certain zip code or in such and such city. These are the most common keyword searches when people are looking for a particular dealership to buy from. Because they've already been online looking at the specific vehicle. Now it's about which store do I want to go to. So they go to the store, they go to the website, they do all of this stuff, and they submit their information through the company website. Now a lead comes in, management gives it to who? One of their more senior closers. Somebody they know gonna get it done. So if you're fairly new to the business or you've been doing it for a while, but you still haven't moved into that high level of respect with the management team where they're gonna give you any of those internet leads, guess what? Create your own. Or if you've been doing this for a long time and you just want to create that funnel, do it on your own. Now, how do you do this? I actually have a full-fledged step-by-step system that I actually give you everything that I use and that the other people in sales at dealerships nationwide are using right now that are generating 5, 10, 15, and 20 additional sales every month. It's automated and you totally control it. Okay, and what it is, it's about just knowing what type of images you use. What's the most effective wording that stimulates people? and gets them going. How often do you have to post to be able to get people to notice it, to respond? How do you get them into the dealership? For you to learn these types of things will probably take a few months and maybe $50,000. I had to invest a little bit over $170,000 to learn from some of the best people in Facebook marketing, really what it's about, because so few really know it and really grasp it. But man, it's so effective. So let's just give an example, okay? Let's talk about a post. Now, people post pictures and things of family all the time and have hundreds, if not thousands, of different friends on there. But at their dealership, something simple that can be done is just by taking your phone and going out and snapping one picture of every make that you all have. So you don't need to get every limited edition and base model of a particular make or model. All you need to do is just one image, and you choose which one. Take it, put it up, put a description of it. Don't put any price on it. Just put a description of it, and then put a nice invitation where say, listen, looking for great options, good credit, bad credit, no problem. Come see me. Give me an opportunity to help you drive out, in a vehicle that helps you feel good, or whatever it is you want to use as wording. I have many templates available, because this is highly effective, because these people know you. They trust you. Guess what? It goes up. You put your telephone number, which not your cell phone number, but there's what you can use is a Google Voice number. Google Voice is totally free. You go to Google, you got to have a Gmail account, you sign up, put in your city and state. It'll assign you a telephone number. The cool thing about it is you can download the app to your cell phone, and you can receive calls from this number on your primary phone. You can send text messages through it. It's phenomenal. But you don't have to give out your private number to different customers. That way you don't have to worry about anybody harassing you or anything like that if that ever comes up. So you get your Google Voice number, you put your dealership email address, your telephone number, and you post it. And you post every one of those pictures. And you do that 5 days a week. Every day you have several pictures up of vehicles. Now, don't expect, just because you're doing this only through family and friends or through natural, what I call organic posts, that if you don't pick up anything in the first week, don't worry. Think about this. McDonald's, one of the most successful and biggest companies in the world. In the world. People all over the globe know them. Kids 2 years old know them. But guess what? 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. McDonald's is on your radio and on your TV every hour on the hour. So if a conglomerate like McDonald's understands the importance of staying in front of people, how is it possible that an individual salesperson working at a dealership can possibly be that arrogant to believe that they can just put something up one time and everybody's just gonna come running? It's not the way it works. That's the illusion. But if you're on social media, start making it work for you. Another thing you could do, contact 2 or 3 of your good friends and family members and say, look, I'm over at such and such dealership. Whenever you see me post something relevant to the vehicles, like it immediately for me. So guess what? Now your image went out to you. You got 5, 10 different people that you know are going to like every picture. Guess what? It just expanded what you're offering to thousands of other people, maybe hundreds right in your area. Now there's a more targeted and very specific way to put your Facebook ad in front of a person in your city that has went to Google and have typed in that they are looking to buy your specific brand from your vehicle, and they had just looked for it either recently that day or the previous night. There is a surefire way. Now imagine how high your closing percentage can be if everybody you spoke with, you know that they were looking for it. They saw your information on Facebook and they contacted you. My goodness. Learning how to create a value video and what you say in it, how long it should be, what it should say, where you should put it, which will be a funnel stream, which is just up on the internet constantly, which you can target specifically for your city, for people to see, that sends them into you. There's a number of different ways. Leveraging Instagram. You can post things on Instagram and target it to a specific area for people in this particular area to see it. Don't you realize that companies now, they realize people don't watch TV hardly at all. You know that. Everybody's going to social media. All the companies are advertising on social media. Remember, you are a boss. You're in business. So you have to do what they do, win in Rome. So you have to be consistent. You have to consistently put these images up. You're on there every day anyway. take what, 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes to get that done. But if you pick up 1 or 2 deals a month from this free way of doing it, from this way, this is not, and there's other ways that I can show you how to do it organically. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make that available to you too. I want to give you, so you can know how to do that. You can drive people doing it without paying a dime on LinkedIn, Instagram, and all of that. So I'll show you how to, I'll give you an opportunity to check that out too. But you want to make sure you automate it. Get people contacting you. They saw your value video. They saw your ad post on Facebook. They saw your ad on your post on Instagram. They know what you offer. They're looking for it. You get an opportunity to either communicate with them through the social media medium, or maybe a phone call, maybe a face-to-face visit. But ultimately, the goal is to get them inside the dealership. And I go really in depth with this because I be working with so many salespeople. A lot of the people that I trained that became 20 car and 30 car a month unit a month producers did so by using this exact method that I'm talking about now, and just skyrocketed what they were doing for their dealerships. And most don't even want to go into management because they'll take a pay cut. This is how you close over 50%. Because when a person is contacting you, reaching out to you, wanting to buy from you, remember, you can't close what you can't control. So by them calling you from the outset, you're in control, which increases your probability. They know what you do. They have an interest. They saw everything that they did was solely voluntary. And you get an opportunity to kind of build with them, learn a little bit about them before they come in. So you have more of a common ground. You have more of a rapport as they're entering the establishment. Your credibility is higher because they are already familiar with who you are. They saw your face. They saw your social media page. They know what you do. They know who you are. Think about how powerful this is alone. This right here, being able to do this right, can be worth an additional $3,000 a month to you alone, doing just this right. You can make an additional $3,000 to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. It's really up to you how big you want to scale it or how much you want to pull it back, but you control it totally. All right. Also, a good way for you to get people to send business to you, referrals, is by giving them a reason. Folks all the time just go to people and say, hey, send me some people if you got any. Give these cards out for me. What's in it for them? Imagine somebody coming to you and saying, hey, listen, paint my house and I'll pay you if my cousin likes it. That's insane. So we're saying, hey, go out and work for me. Talk to people on my behalf about coming to see me at a dealership, which is probably one of the most negative experiences that a lot of people, that people think about when they think about coming into a dealership. It's not pleasant. They think about a horrible experience they had. Now, until they deal with you after being on this webinar, anybody that deals with you from now on won't feel that way, and you'll help change their minds. But for the most part, I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about on here. You see it, you hear it. Some of the things I said, you might have caught yourself doing it before. So you know what's going on out there. So, but to entice people to send people your way, motivate them. Hey, listen, let me do this. I'm gonna come take you to lunch. Here go $20, man. Here's a couple of cards. Do me a solid. Put your name on the back when you hand it out to anybody, and anybody that comes and buys, I got a $50 for you. Okay, or I have a gift card to Starbucks, or I have a $10 Walmart gift card. It could be $10 gift cards, $10 Starbucks cards. But the law of reciprocity, to get anybody to do something for you, you have to be willing to do it for them. So if you want them to give you something and work to help you make money, what is it that you're willing to give them to motivate them to want to work for you? And there are some areas that very few salespeople ever look as far as resources to generate referrals. One that I would like to share with you, that I share with the people I work with, are tow truck drivers. What is it that tow truck drivers do every day? They pick up people in broken down vehicles. And so you have a potential customer right there just dealing with them, let alone. All right, so make sure that you're looking for creative ways for people to send you business. And who's in your network? Who is anybody that might work in vehicle insurance, fixing car windshields, maybe car tinting, maybe body work that you can get with, or that that you all can do in exchange? Hey, listen, anybody I get to come into the dealership that don't have insurance, I'll send them your way. But any of your people who get into an accident in the local area, and they're gonna be getting cut that check and looking for a vehicle, why don't you refer them over here to me? And you work it that way, a business network. And that's a win-win. Very few times do you have to give them any money or anything because they're making money in the business you send. And be willing to send them somebody first. Get them that first insurance company, customer, or that person that gets their windshield repaired. I guarantee you, they'll bust their tail for you from then on. Watch. They'll go hard. Okay, but you want to be able to think outside the box to be able to really hone in your business. You're running a business within a business. You must see it like that in order for you to win. If you still see it as a job and you believe that working a 9 to 5 and being told what to do every hour and an hour and being sitting inside of a cubicle or tethered to a phone for 8 or 9 hours a day is your idea of excitement, by all means, knock yourself out. But if you enjoy the freedom of being able to interact with people, get up and walk around, and laugh and joke, and really that's the benefit of being in the business, then take it serious. And when I say serious, don't mean not fun. This business can be fun. It is fun. But the more money you make, the funner it gets. So make sure you apply what you hear in this webinar so you can start having more fun because you're making more money. P.S. Before you go, make sure you click the link in the description. Go over to the website. I have some excellent giveaways for you that'll help you immediately start closing more sales, making more money, and enjoying what it is that you do at the dealership. One is 25 closes to help you overcome the objections. Like, I want to talk to my spouse. I want to think about it. Your price is too high. Everything that you deal with on the day-to-day, it's going to be in this playbook to help you. Also, we have the How to Dominate at the Dealership webinar, free webinar that's coming up online right after the first of the year. So when you go to download your book, we'll also notify you when the webinar is coming up. You can look at it on your phone, your tablet, your PC, all of that. You'll get the notifications. Even if you're unable to be on it, we'll still make sure that you're notified and you get the information, but you want to be there because there's going to be some excellent things we're going to be going over. And for those that were fully committed to making their lives better and being on this webinar, I have something that is well over $10,000 that I'm going to be giving to the attendees absolutely free. So make sure you click the link, go over, get the 25 closes, and wait. We're going to be notifying you for the Power Pack How to Dominate at the Dealership webinar coming up right after the first of the year. I'm Brian Maxwell. Salute to you. And again, I'll see you at the dealership.